J. Vera and Walnut here to review Ariana Grande's Cloud perfume. But first, welcome to Easygoing Scents.
Hooray!
Before I dig into the review, I'm going to talk about how I got this perfume because it's a little peculiar. My health insurance provider is Ambetter, and they have an online program called My Health Pays in which you can watch videos and read text about wellness and receive points in exchange. Once you earn enough points, you can trade those points in for prizes. Last year, I got a whole knife set, which I thought was quasi health related because I often use those knives to cut up vegetables. More recently, the My Health Pays program added some fragrance items to the prize list. I chose Ariana Grande Cloud, but they also offered CKB and a few Lovery bath and body gift sets. I had mixed feelings about these new additions to the My Health Pays merchandise list. On one hand, I was happy because I love perfume, and of course, I want free perfume. On the other hand, I was frustrated because I had recently learned that Ambetter won't pay for me to get a mammogram that my doctor says I sorely need. To receive perfume from a company that is supposed to cover my healthcare costs but will not felt a little dystopian. The TLDR of the mammogram situation is that my insurance covers one free screening mammogram every year, but because I have a history of abnormal mammograms, I need a diagnostic mammogram. They will not pay for a diagnostic mammogram until I've met my deductible, which is $7,000 per year. That means I would need to pay anywhere from $5,000 to the full $7,000 just to get this mammogram. Quite frankly, I don't have that right now. At a recent appointment, my doctor emphasized how important it is that I get this mammogram because of my history of abnormal mammograms. I am 2 years overdue, and my doctor emphasized that I am considered high risk. This is a frustrating and scary situation to be in. It's also rage provoking because I pay nearly $500 a month for my healthcare coverage. They won't pay for the one thing I need, but they did send me free perfume. It all just feels a little too ultra capitalist dystopian. If you want to write a novel or short story based on this, go right ahead. Do I have breast cancer? Thanks to Ambetter? Who knows? But also thanks to Ambetter, I have Ariana Grande Cloud perfume. You're probably thinking, okay, get to the point and tell us what you think. Fine, I think we need Medicare for all. Okay, this is not a political channel, it's a perfume channel. And I wouldn't have taken it a political direction if my healthcare company hadn't sent me free perfume. I just couldn't resist given the circumstances. But I'll move on. So, what do I think of the perfume? I like it. Ironically, given the context of the video, the perfume smells kind of medicinal. But let me back up. Ariana Grande Cloud came out in 2018. The perfumer is Clement Gavari. This scent is massively popular, and in online perfume communities, it is pretty polarizing. People seem to universally agree that this is a dupe of Francis Kurkdjian's Baccarat Rouge 540. What they do not universally agree on is whether it is good or bad. I won't talk about the Baccarat Rouge comparison in this video, but I did obtain a sample of what the perfume enthusiasts call BR540, and I think I'll do a separate video comparing them side by side. On paper test strips, Cloud smells like an ultra sweet vanilla gourmand fragrance to me. On my skin is where it becomes medicinal. Cloud still smells sweet on my skin, but the sweetness is nearly cut in half. On my skin, it also develops a camphor or menthol quality, which is likely the result of lavender. When I smell Cloud on paper test strips, it reminds me a lot of Smarties candy. When I smell it on my skin, it reminds me of Lifesaver Wintergreen candies. Cloud feels ultra fresh, Allegedly, that is due to it containing a lot of ambroxan. I have seen many people online describe it as an ambroxan bomb. Usually, people who say that are those who dislike it. I've also seen many people say that Cloud smells like the dentist's office. They mean that as an insult, but personally, to me, the medicinal nature of Cloud is really nice. If Cloud smelled the way it does on paper on my skin, I think I'd be giving this bottle away. That medicinal aspect also reminds me of salon paws. If any of you are like me and experience chronic pain, I cannot recommend salon paws enough. They are these lidocaine camphor pain patches. I think Cloud is super responsive to body chemistry because it smells very different on me than it does on paper, and it also smells a little different on me every time I wear it. When I first opened the box, I was disappointed by the bottle. Even though I really like light blue and white and I like cloud imagery, I do not like perfume bottles that look like toddlers' toys. But then I realized you can remove the glass perfume bottle from the plastic holder. And without that plastic holder, I think the bottle looks really cute and sophisticated. It reminds me a lot of those Chanel Chance bottles. Now that I know I can take the bottle out of the case, I will proudly display this on my vanity. Cloud forced me to face some biases that I was carrying. I realized that I went in expecting to dislike this fragrance primarily because it's a celebrity scent. And not just any celebrity, but a pop star who I know is heavily marketed toward young girls and teenagers. But as I said in my very first video, I want to experience fragrances as they are and try not to let the marketing and advertising and all the context surrounding them influence whether or not I like them or want to wear them. So I'm actually proud of myself for being open to pleasant surprises because Ariana Grande Cloud has been a pleasant surprise for me. Having this experience with Ariana Grande Cloud has made me realize that I need to pull back a little bit on the time I spend in online perfume communities. Some people truly hate what they call the BR540/Cloud DNA. These people will go on and on about how anyone who wears this has no taste and how they can't leave their homes without being choked out by this smell because every single person they pass on the street and every single person they pass in the grocery store is wearing this, and everyone is just so stupid and has terrible taste and it's ruining public life. So, knowing that a lot of people have been saying that online, I think also predisposed me to be biased against this fragrance because, of course, I want to be a perfume enthusiast who has good taste. I don't want to be one of the stupid masses who likes bad perfume and is stinking up the public spaces with her horrible taste. But I'm on my own path and I enjoy this. If I had smelled it when it first came out in 2018, I probably wouldn't still want to wear it today. And maybe I would also be sick about it and complaining about it on Reddit. But I didn't smell Cloud until this year, 2026, and I'm excited to spend a little more time with it. I'm learning that online perfume communities can be very insular, and they kind of remind me of some music subculture communities that I've dipped my toes in over the years. I'm talking about when a small group of people forms around a certain type of music that, if you zoom out and look at the big picture, almost no one else knows about or listens to or likes, but everyone in this group thinks that it's the best music in the world, and anyone who doesn't listen to it is just stupid and has bad taste. But with both music and perfume, I think the situation is more nuanced than that. You don't either like the indie band and hate everything popular and have good taste, or like the popular music and have bad taste because you're ignorant to all the indie music. There are some really bad indie bands out there, and there are also some really bad indie perfumes out there. Also, both pop musicians and mainstream perfumers can create some really likable stuff. That's part of why their creations are so popular. I do really hope to explore Indian niche perfumes someday, but I don't view it as an either or situation. There's no one forcing you to pick a side. And if some troll on Reddit is trying to force you, block them. Thank you for watching. If you like Ariana Grande Cloud or if you dislike Ariana Grande Cloud, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.